little dolly review, and as you can see here, I've got the new Disney Princess Enchanted Stories dolls. Now, I don't know why they're calling them Enchanted Stories for some reason, and also still selling the like really crappy, horrible, ugly ones with the molded on tops, but here we are. I remember making a video a while ago about some like, you know, the new modern Disney Princess dolls with the molded on tops, and that video has like over 3K views now, so like clearly everybody felt the same way about, you know, the whole molded on top situation, which is why we got these over here. I know that they also released Belle and Tiana, but I don't think they released any of the other characters yet. But as you can see here, I've got Miss Cinderella and Miss Ariel from their animated movies, of course. I'm going to start off with Miss Cinderella over here. This packaging is very, very pretty. As you can see, we've just got the little Enchanted Stories logo, as well as the regular Disney Princess logo, and a little artwork right over here at the front. And as you can see, her background just has her glass slipper, her pumpkin, a nice little clock, and like other little things. And you just see the little window into the dolly, as well as little molded on stars right here. And then we've just got Miss Ariel, and in her background she just has little conch shells, seaweed, starfish, little hibiscus flowers, and like seashells and whatnot. And she just has her artwork right over here. Now, they definitely have taken some creative liberties with like some of these faces for sure, but I don't hate them at all. Moving on to the back of Miss Cinderella's box, as you can see here, they're just advertising her little horse-drawn carriage, as well as the fashion packs that they also just released. It just says "Create Cinderella's World" with the cute little artwork and like promo pics. And then as you can see with Miss Ariel's over here, all she has is her little like tail and like bikini top for her mermaid form, as well as her little fork and tiara. But yeah, I really do overall like the design of these dolls, and I'm very, very glad that they've been listening to critiques and criticism, because nobody likes the molded on tops. They're honestly ugly, disgusting, horrid, and I'm glad that they're giving us actual full fabric gowns, because that's literally the bare minimum. But yes, in the next clip they're going to be out of the box. Princesses out of their boxes, and the first impressions are honestly very, very nice. I will say that these dolls are very, very pretty. And at least Mattel has done the bare minimum and included full fabric gowns, even if the fabrics are very stiff and papery feeling and very printed on. Like I said, at least they did the bare minimum and included the actual fabrics with these princesses, because how are you going to call those glorified action figures, like, you know what I mean, like accurate representations of like royal princesses? But anyways, starting off with Miss Cinderella over here, we just see that she's got her nice like little Audrey Hepburn kind of like bun ponytail and like updo, as well as her blue tiara, the little heart and like everything molded onto it. And as you can see, these are kind of like tacked down into her scalp so that it doesn't fall off. Moving on to her face, she's got very minimal makeup. As you can see, she's just got on what looks to be like mascara, winged eyeliner, and like maybe just like the slightest bit of like brownish eyeshadow in her crease, as well as pink blush and like pink lips. Her face is a little bit pixelated, but like, what are you gonna do? It's Mattel. And as you can see here, she's just come with this little choker rubber banded onto her neck. And moving on to this dress, I will say that it's like very pretty for like a Cinderella dress, but it's not beating like the Party City like Halloween spirit allegations like at all. Not even Ariel's over here. But like, yeah, here we have her simple like gown. There's really not much to it other than like the pumpkins and like little leaves that they have and like little swirly designs that they got and like metallic kind of like shimmery fabric on the dress. And it seems to be this kind of like fake satiny material that's like very, very stiff. And as you can see here, she's just got these two kind of like mesh little like detailed like poofs like on the bottom of her bodice. And her little bodice over here is just this kind of like shimmery metallic fabric, which she's just got two little puff sleeves over here. And I know this was a basic doll and that these did retail for like $12.99, but I honestly feel like they could have given Tiana and Cinderella their like opera gloves, but that's just my opinion. And moving on to her little shoes, she's just got on these little transparent looking like glass slippers with like molded on details. They look to have these like little molded on gems and like these molded on hearts and stuff like that. And they're just like a regular high heel, not like a stiletto or anything, just like a regular little princess heel. Moving on to Miss Ariel over here, she just has her little pink tiara with like a little seashell at the top for like extra detail. She's got her fire truck engine red hair and these nice thin little eyebrows. And as you can see, she's just got this like very, very hopeful, enthusiastic like shoujo anime manga looking face. That kind of looks a little bit cracked out, but it's okay because the style is still very adorable. And as you can see here, she's just got these like two little drop pearl earrings. And for makeup, she's just got on kind of like a light brown smoky eye in her crease with like noticeable mascara and like a tiny winged eyeliner and stuff like that. And she's just got on these like ocean blue eyes. Forgot to mention before, but Cinderella also has blue eyes, but they're a different shade of blue, honestly. And she's just got on this like two-tone red lipstick. And like I said about Cinderella, her face is a little bit pixelated, but you can't really do anything about that with Mattel. Now moving on to her dress, she's just got on her simple little like puff sleeve, like almost like 80s looking prom dress, kind of like pink gown over here. It's the gown that she wears when she first washes up like onto shore and stuff like that and like changes into a new outfit and whatnot. And she's just got these two very giant like puff sleeves that like go down into this like sheer long sleeve. And she's just got on this like very shimmery pink bodice with these two little extra like poofs of fabric that are also kind of like sheer and pink. And she's just got on little seashell and like swirly like decals on her dress. Very, very pretty. This dress is also like very papery feeling and like made out of that like satiny material. And she's just got on these like pink little heels with like little like starfish on them and like little details too. And they're like strappy. And they've got little pearl details at the back of them. And yeah, overall I think these dolls are really, really pretty. But I don't think that they need to necessarily be $12.99 because like I said, this is honestly the bare minimum, and I think that all of the princess fashion dolls should at least be coming with full fabric clothes and gowns in separate pieces. You know what I mean? Like, I think that this is exactly how they should have been marketed before and made before, but like at a much lower price point. Like, I honestly think that these should at least be $5.99 or at most expensive, like $8.99, because like, come on, y'all. Y'all just included separate fabric pieces and like light little like extra accessories. This does not need to be near $13, in my opinion at least. But yeah, overall I think these dolls are really adorable, and I think they would be a neat addition to a little Disney princess collection, especially if you don't have any princess dolls and you just want to start off with them. I would go ahead and say to start off with these, but I would especially say to look out for the vintage ones, like secondhand, like at the thrift stores and on eBay, because you could definitely find them in their full outfits for like, you know, way better prices and stuff like that. But yeah, I just want to do a little gown comparison really quickly with like Mattel dollies first, to like show ya how they can do like princess gowns slash like really bougie like royal gowns. Here we've got Miss Cinderella Barbie from like 1996 or 7, I think. She is the like Mattel version and like the collector's version, I guess. Here we can see that this gown is like fully detailed and like historically accurate to whatever time period they're trying to go for sure. This is like, you can just see all of the detail on like the little bodice and like her sleeves and stuff like that. And just like the sheer volume of it all in comparison to like, you know what I mean, even like Disney Cinderella. And then we just have this like Days of Our Lives doll that I recently got at the thrift store. As you can see, this gown is like literally full of quality and like full of nice little detail. I'm not sure if this was a collector doll or not, but I'm glad that I found it at the thrift store at least. But as you can see, this like is supposed to be like a really, really long like train almost. Let me just go ahead and try to get that out. But yeah, like you can see the quality back then was like really, really, really good. And then as you can see with this little Playline princess right over here, like I said in one of my previous videos, she was literally like a grocery store princess doll that they would stock on like all of the end caps and stuff like that. And she wasn't even like, I don't even think she barely costed like maybe $10 back in the day. I got her on eBay a while ago, and like you can even see that for the budget lines for like back then, they tried to do so much with what they could for like the price point even. You got the little ring detail, and like even like this was their printed on detail for like back then. And you can still see like some of the same kind of like details and like some of the same kind of like concepts or whatever, like translating onto this one. And like this girly ain't even like a Mattel doll. This is like some doll from China that I ordered off of like AliExpress. I'm not sure like who she is or like where she comes from, but I thought she was very pretty. And I thought that her dress was very like princess coded and like royal inspired for sure. But like you can even see here that this is like multi-layered fabrics, and like this is different like tulle. The construction of this is very, very pretty too. And it doesn't even look like this doll was meant to like cost that much either. So like, I think that the only thing Mattel really needs to step it up with is like the construction and quality of their like Playline, like princess garments, because like, come on y'all. They can do so much better, and they've done so much better for like a smaller price point. But yeah, let me know if y'all like that little video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye y'all.